The Barcelona family court was supposed to be closed to the public that morning, but someone had leaked the location. As Shakira stepped out of her black SUV, her lawyer clutching a thick manila envelope, dozens of paparazzi swarmed. But unlike usual, Shakira didn't shield her face. Instead, she stopped, turned to the cameras and said something that would detonate like a bomb across the global media landscape. Ask Gerard why he pays your salaries. Ask him about the 3 million euros in offshore accounts funding this circus. I have the receipts. The paparazzi, usually aggressive in their pursuit, fell silent. Gerard Piqué, standing by the courthouse entrance with his legal team, went pale. His mother, Montserrat Bernabeu, who had been confidently smiling moments before, grabbed her son's arm in panic. What Shakira revealed next, pulling documents from the manila envelope and holding them up for the cameras to see, wouldn't just expose a bitter custody battle. It would unveil a calculated campaign of media manipulation, family betrayal, and the weaponization of children that would shock even those familiar with high-profile divorces. Hidden in those papers was a secret recording between Piqué and his mother that would change everything. A recording where they discussed using Shakira's own children as PR ammunition to destroy their mother. Before we dive into this explosive custody battle that became a global scandal, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. This story reveals the dark side of celebrity divorces and how far some will go to win. Comment below. Did Piqué cross the line by involving the children? The relationship between Shakira and Gerard Piqué had once been a fairy tale. They met in 2010 when she was filming the music video for Waka Waka, the official World Cup song. Piqué, then a rising star in FC Barcelona, appeared in the video. The chemistry was instant and undeniable. For over a decade, they were one of the world's most beloved celebrity couples. Two sons, Milan and Sasha, completed their picture-perfect family. Shakira relocated her entire life to Barcelona, putting her career on partial hold to support Piqué's football career and raise their children. But behind the Instagram posts and red carpet appearances, cracks had been forming. By 2021, those close to the couple noticed increasing tension. Piqué was spotted at nightclubs without Shakira. Shakira was recording music with lyrics that hinted at relationship troubles. The official separation announcement in June 2022 seemed amicable enough. A joint statement talked about mutual respect and co-parenting. But within weeks, the facade crumbled. The catalyst was Piqué being photographed with Clara Chia Martí, a 23-year-old PR student who worked at his company Cosmos. The timeline was devastating for Shakira, a family friend revealed. She discovered Gerard had been seeing Clara for over a year. While Shakira was caring for their children and supporting his career, he was building a parallel life. But the infidelity was just the beginning. What followed was a calculated campaign that would reveal the darkest aspects of both Piqué's character and his family's influence. The first signs of manipulation emerged in July 2022. Suddenly, Spanish tabloids were flooded with stories painting Shakira as an absent mother who prioritized her career over her children. Anonymous sources claimed she was difficult and controlling. Paparazzi seemed to know her every movement, catching her at unflattering moments while Piqué was consistently photographed playing the devoted father. I noticed the pattern immediately, Shakira's publicist later testified. The negative stories always broke on Tuesdays and Thursdays, the same days Gerard had the children. It was too consistent to be coincidental. What Shakira's team discovered through private investigation was shocking. Bank records showed a web of payments from Cosmos, Piqué's company, to various media outlets and paparazzi agencies. The money was routed through offshore accounts in Cyprus and Malta, but the trail was clear. The most damaging revelation came from a former Cosmos employee who provided Shakira's legal team with internal emails. In one exchange, Piqué wrote to his business partner, "We need to control the narrative. Make sure the photos from this weekend show me with the kids looking happy. Shakira should look stressed, alone." The custody evaluators read these magazines. But it was the involvement of Piqué's mother, Montserrat Bernabeu, that elevated the manipulation to another level. A well-connected figure in Barcelona society, she had initially seemed supportive of Shakira. That facade shattered when Shakira discovered the truth. In September 2022, Shakira had agreed to meet Montserrat to discuss the children's school arrangements. Suspicious of the sudden friendliness, Shakira legally recorded the conversation, a decision that would prove crucial. The recording began cordially, with Montserrat expressing concern for the grandchildren. But gradually her true agenda emerged. "Montserrat, Shakira dear, you must understand Barcelona is the children's home. Their father is here, their friends, their culture. Shakira, I understand that, but my career requires me to be in Miami. We can work out a fair arrangement. Montserrat, fair? Is it fair to take children from their father because of your singing? The condescension in her voice was palpable. But what came next was worse. Montserrat, Gerard has been so patient with your lifestyle. All those men in your videos, the provocative dancing. It's not suitable for a mother. Shakira, excuse me? My professional work has nothing to do with my parenting. Montserrat, doesn't it? The boys see these things. Their friends' parents talk. Perhaps it's better if they stay here in a stable environment. But the most damaging part came when Montserrat revealed the media strategy. Montserrat, you know, the press has been very interested in your story. They call me constantly. I've been discreet, but if this custody matter becomes difficult. Shakira, are you threatening me? Montserrat, I'm protecting my grandchildren. The public should know what kind of mother wants to drag children to Miami, away from their father. The recording continued for another 20 minutes, with Montserrat making increasingly hostile comments about Shakira's Colombian heritage, her career, and her fitness as a mother. She even mentioned specific tabloid journalists she was friends with, who would be very interested in her perspective. Armed with this recording, Shakira's legal team began connecting dots. They discovered that Montserrat had been meeting regularly with tabloid editors, feeding them stories about Shakira's diva behavior and jealous rages. Phone records showed calls between Montserrat and paparazzi agencies just hours before Shakira would be ambushed at private locations. But the most shocking discovery came from an unexpected source. Clara Chia Marti's best friend, feeling guilty about her role in the deception, reached out to Shakira's team with explosive information. Clara told me everything, the friend revealed. The relationship with Piqué started as a PR strategy. His team wanted to rebrand him as a family man moving on, while painting Shakira as the bitter ex. Clara was literally hired to play the role of the sweet, young girlfriend. The friend provided text messages between Clara and Piqué from early in their relationship. Clara, when do I need to be photographed with the children? Piqué, not yet. We need to establish you as the stable, drama-free option first. Shakira needs to look unstable in comparison. Clara, this feels wrong. Using your kids like this. Piqué, it's temporary. Once we win custody, everything normalizes. The messages revealed a cold, calculated plan to use the relationship as a weapon in the custody battle. Clara was coached on how to appear in public, what to wear, how to interact with the children when photographers were present. Even more disturbing was a voice note from Piqué to his lawyer, accidentally sent to Clara. Make sure the evaluator sees the photos from this weekend. Milan and Sasha laughing with Clara looking like a real family. Contrast that with Shakira's Miami party lifestyle. No judge will give her primary custody. As Shakira's team compiled this evidence, the full scope of the conspiracy became clear. This wasn't just a bitter divorce, it was a coordinated assault on her character designed to steal her children. The breaking point came in December 2022. Piqué had filed an emergency motion claiming Shakira was mentally unstable and requesting immediate full custody. His evidence? Tabloid articles he had secretly funded and photos from paparazzi he had hired. That's when Shakira decided to go nuclear. She compiled everything, bank records, emails, recordings, witness testimonies, into a comprehensive file. But instead of just submitting it to the court, she made a strategic decision that would change everything. On that fateful morning at the Barcelona courthouse, Shakira didn't just reveal the evidence to the paparazzi Piqué had been paying. She live-streamed the entire revelation on Instagram, ensuring the truth couldn't be buried or spun. 4 months, I've been painted as a bad mother, a bitter ex, a selfish woman, Shakira said, holding up document after document. But here's the truth. Every negative story about me was paid for by my children's father. Every unflattering photo was staged. Every source was on his payroll. She then played portions of the Montserrat recording on speaker, letting the world hear the manipulation firsthand. The reaction was immediate and overwhelming. Within minutes, #Shakira was right and #Piqué exposed were trending globally. But Shakira saved the most devastating evidence for last. She revealed a recording she had obtained from a nanny who had secretly taped a conversation between Piqué and his mother. Piqué, the boys are young. They'll adapt. Once Shakira is out of the picture, they'll forget this drama. Montserrat, and if they ask about their mother? Piqué, we control the narrative. She abandoned them for her career. Simple story, believable. Montserrat, the little one still cries for her. Piqué, He'll stop. Children are resilient. Clara will be their mother figure. The casual cruelty of discussing their children like chess pieces shocked even hardened court reporters. The recording continued. Montserrat, what about her music? The boys will hear it everywhere. Piqué, by then we'll have painted her as such a villain that they'll be embarrassed by her. Trust me, I know how to play the long game. The courtroom erupted when this recording was submitted as evidence. Piqué's lawyer tried to object, claiming it was obtained illegally, but the judge allowed it, noting that the nanny had made the recording to protect the children's interests. The global reaction was swift and severe. FC Barcelona, already dealing with financial scandals, distanced themselves from their former player. Sponsors pulled out of Cosmos. The Spanish press, many of whom had been complicit in the scheme, faced backlash for their role. Clara Chia Martí, realizing she had been used as a pawn, gave her own interview revealing more details. I was 22 working at his company. He told me Shakira was abusive, that he needed to protect his children. I believed him. But I was just a prop in his campaign. When I tried to leave, he threatened to destroy my career like he was destroying Shakira's reputation. The custody battle took a dramatic turn. The judge, presented with evidence of systematic manipulation and psychological warfare, made an unprecedented decision. Not only did Shakira receive primary custody, but Piqué's visitation was made conditional on psychological evaluation and family therapy. The court finds that Mr. Piqué has engaged in a pattern of behavior detrimental to the children's well-being, the judge stated. Using children as weapons in a public relations war constitutes emotional abuse. But the scandal's ripples extended far beyond the courtroom. Other celebrities began revealing similar tactics in their own custody battles. A hotline was established for those experiencing custody manipulation through media warfare. Piqué's reputation never recovered. His business ventures collapsed as partners fled. His relationship with Clara ended when she realized she'd been manipulated. Even his own teammates distanced themselves, with one anonymously stating, "We knew he was competitive, but using his own kids as pawns? That's beyond anything we imagined." Montserrat faced her own reckoning. Social services investigated her role in the emotional manipulation of her grandchildren. Barcelona society, which had once embraced her, now shunned her. She was caught on camera crying to a friend, "I just wanted my grandchildren near me. I didn't think about what we were doing to them." The impact on Milan and Sasha was carefully managed by child psychologists. Shakira, despite her vindication, focused on healing rather than revenge. She established a foundation for parents facing similar custody manipulation, providing legal and psychological resources. In a powerful interview months later, Shakira reflected on the experience. "The hardest part wasn't the lies about me. It was realizing that their father was willing to traumatize them to win. No custody battle is worth a child's emotional well-being. I fought not for victory but for truth." She revealed that the boys were in therapy, slowly processing the betrayal. They're learning that sometimes people we love do hurtful things. But they're also learning that truth matters, that standing up for yourself matters. The legal precedent set by the case was significant. Courts worldwide began recognizing media manipulation as a form of custody abuse. New laws were proposed requiring disclosure of any payments to media outlets during custody proceedings. Piqué, forced to confront the damage he'd caused, issued a public apology a year later. But it rang hollow to many. "I let competition override compassion. I treated my family like a football match to be won. I'm seeking help to understand why I chose victory over my children's well-being." Shakira's response was dignified. "I hope he gets the help he needs. Our children deserve a healthy father, not a perfect one." The scandal also exposed the dark underbelly of celebrity journalism. Several tabloids faced lawsuits for their complicity. Editors were fired. New ethical guidelines were established for covering celebrity custody battles. But perhaps the most lasting impact was on how society viewed custody battles. The idea that winning justified any tactics was challenged. Children's welfare became the focus, not parental victory. A year after the courthouse revelation, Shakira released "Custody Wars," a song that became an anthem for parents facing similar battles. The lyrics were raw and honest. "You paid for lies while our babies cried / turned love to war, forgot what we were fighting for / but truth has a way of breaking through / now they'll grow up knowing what not to do." The music video featured real families affected by custody manipulation, turning personal pain into collective healing. It raised millions for custody reform organizations. As the dust settled, several lessons emerged from the Shakira Piqué scandal. 1. Documentation is crucial. Shakira's recordings saved her. 2. Financial trails always reveal truth. Following the money exposed the scheme. 3. Children absorb more than parents realize. Protecting them means fighting clean. 4. Public opinion can be bought, but truth eventually surfaces. 5. Winning at all costs often costs everything. The boys, now living primarily in Miami with regular visits to Barcelona, were slowly healing. Reports from their school showed improvement. They were laughing again, playing football without the weight of being pawns in their parents' war. In a final irony, Piqué's attempt to paint Shakira as an unfit mother had the opposite effect. Her dignified handling of the scandal, her focus on the children's well-being, and her transformation of pain into purpose proved what kind of mother she really was. The last image from this saga was powerful. Shakira walking hand in hand with Milan and Sasha on a Miami beach. No paparazzi in sight. They'd learned their lesson. Just a mother and her children healing together. The custody battle was over, but the real work, rebuilding trust and security for two young boys, had just begun. As one child psychologist involved in the case noted, Shakira won more than custody. She won the chance to show her children that truth, dignity, and love triumph over manipulation and hate. That's a lesson worth more than any legal victory. The Shakira-Piqué custody battle became a watershed moment, forcing society to confront how children become casualties in adult wars. It sparked conversations, changed laws, and most importantly, protected future children from similar manipulation. Because in the end, the real verdict wasn't about who won or lost. It was about two young boys who deserved better than being weapons in their parents' war. Thanks to their mother's courage in exposing the truth, they got the chance to be what they always should have been, just kids. If this shocking revelation about the dark side of celebrity custody battles opened your eyes, please subscribe to our channel for more stories that expose the truth. Comment below, should there be stricter laws against using media manipulation in custody battles? Remember, behind every headline is a human story, and sometimes the truth is darker than any fiction.